Following their disappointing UFC 329 fight, Max Holloway messaged Conor McGregor on X. Holloway expressed disappointment in the outcome, yet affirmed faith in God's plan. He thanked McGregor for his significant effort to return, wished a speedy recovery, and acknowledged his supporters. Meanwhile, Daniel Cormier defended Conor McGregor post-UFC 329. On his YouTube channel, DC urged fans to stop criticizing McGregor's dangerous opening kick, arguing that a successful attempt would have brought praise.
I think we need to be careful when we judge, because there have been times where people have done crazy things to start fights and they've worked, and we praise the athlete as if they're some genius. Tonight was one of those times that it didn't work. I remember Fabricio Verdum just running across the octagon and super kicking Travis Brown like he was on the game Double Dragon. Clearly, George Masvidal did it to Ben Askren, and we all praised him for that. I think we need to be careful when we have a big opinion on something that happens, because sure, everybody's mad. It went sideways, but had Conor landed that, everybody would praise him.
Cormier also shared his honest thoughts on McGregor's future in the UFC, saying it would be difficult for fans to fully buy into another comeback after yet another disappointing outcome in one of his fights.
Ask me truthfully, I am more likely to tell you that it's not going to happen than it will happen. He's very unique, and I think the whole week showed that. He's the biggest star that we have, and the whole week showed that. I just wonder if he even does try to come back once again. Do people even buy into it again and say they want to see Conor McGregor go at it one more time?
Go ahead.
It really sucks because the card itself was in.
It really sucks because the card itself. It looks like we may finally have more information about what happened to Conor McGregor's injured knee at UFC 329. Following the event, Dana White revealed during the post-fight press conference that doctors told him McGregor had likely suffered a torn ACL.
I mean, I was expecting at least a one-round war, or, who knew what Conor was capable of as far as cardio or whatever else after a 5-year layoff, and well, there you go. I mean, we're assuming blown ACL. I'm no doctor, but that's what I figured when I saw it, and doctors think the same thing.
However, new information has since emerged. MMA outlet MMA Mania shared the following update on X. I have received information from someone in Conor's outside circle that his injury is confirmed to be lateral meniscus tear, not ACL tear like everyone suspected. This is 100% confirmed via MRI and will be posted in a statement soon. A lateral meniscus tear affects the C-shaped cartilage pad on the outer edge of the knee joint. It commonly occurs from sudden twisting motions while the foot is planted and causes outer knee pain, swelling, and a sensation of the knee clicking, catching, or giving out. Recovery time depends on the severity of the injury and the treatment required. A partial meniscectomy can take around 4 to 6 weeks to recover from, while a meniscus repair can require 4 to 6 months. Non-surgical treatment may resolve symptoms within 4 to 8 weeks. If McGregor requires surgery, he could be sidelined for at least several months. Combined with rehabilitation and another full training camp, it could potentially be a year or more before we see him back inside the octagon. Israel Adesanya believes Conor McGregor kept his UFC 329 preparation private for a reason. On his YouTube channel, Adesanya reacted live to the disappointing McGregor vs. Holloway fight outcome. As McGregor suffered the injury, Adesanya shouted at his TV, urging Max Holloway not to show McGregor any mercy.
The smoke treatment, all right. Is that poisonous gas? Something special when McGregor fights, though. This week didn't feel like a McGregor fight week, even though it still was. But when he fights, it's good for the game. What? Oh! Oh, what the f? Nah, it was his left when he broke, but I don't know what the f that was. Nah, this is bad. Yeah, that's bad. What the f? Hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him, hit him. Yeah, hit him. No mercy. What the f? Let him up, let him up, let him up, Max. Go, Max. Yeah. Don't. Oh, whoa. That's us, though.
You brought on that first kick.
Yeah. I hit him. Because he kept everything secret, this camp. There was a reason why. It's him. Oh, no. Yeah, the way he landed. Yeah. 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 That's 1-1, so they can do one more.
Comment below who wins Islam Makhachev or Ian Machado Gary and how the fight ends, KO, submission, or decision. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell. I'm still under 1,000 subscribers and I upload new MMA videos every day. Sean O'Malley expressed his shock and disappointment over Conor McGregor's abrupt UFC return, saying it was the most disappointing moment in combat sports history. On his YouTube channel, O'Malley admitted he would have preferred to see McGregor lose a fight rather than have his return end in such an anticlimactic manner.
The most 100%. This is the most disappointing moment in combat sports history. The Conor McGregor made the walk, but he didn't make the walk out. I feel like I'm in shock. I'm so sad right now. I was gonna try to black out. I was gonna just chug proper. I was trying to get faded on the pot. As much as I wanted Conor to win, I would rather seen him lose. Because he's getting, dude, talk about battling demons. Conor battles demons. He came out, he says it, he battles demons. This is gonna be harder to battle. Maybe, I don't know, it's hard to quantify. But then if he would have went out there and lost like a close fight, or even getting finished later in the fight, maybe it's like he at least got to go out there and show that what he did, show off the work he's put in. Maybe looks really good, cracks Max comes back, Max one of the GOATs, he's been active, and Max gets the job done. But Conor didn't get to show anything, zero. And now sold biggest gate, beat the Sphere, biggest gate of all time, sold out Las Vegas in just 30 seconds, if that. Chat, was it too good to be true? Did we all get duped? We all thought it's happening. Everyone said, I'm not going to believe it until he's in there. And it still didn't happen, and he was in there. I don't even know what to believe right now. For Conor to come back after 5 years, shattered his shin, it takes a serious set of Irish cojones to be able to do that, come back, make that walk again. I'm sure he had a great camp. God, that sucks. I don't even know. I'm trying to find ways to show love to my brother.
UFC heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall is ready for his Octagon return. He recently revealed on his YouTube channel that he has informed the UFC of his availability, targeting the UFC Paris card in September.
We've let the UFC know that we're ready to go, and we're just waiting for dates. We told them we can do it in Paris, we told them we can do it wherever they want. So we're just waiting for them to let us know. I'm in the gym, smashing it.
We will be with you the week after. We'll come and film a bit of a sesh.
Yeah.
Got the boys back in town, so we'll keep people updated. But as we say, the UFC, we're waiting on them.
Yeah.
Tom Aspinall immediately sensed something was wrong when Conor took off his shoes before entering the cage.
The walkout's pretty epic though, isn't it?
Epic walkout. He looks relaxed, to be fair. Can he do it? Can he?
Second longest ever.
Second longest ever, what a break.
Yeah.
Can he be nostalgic and get a big left hand and knockout? Oh, what's happened there?
Where do you reckon Joe Rogan's levels of excitement are? Or with Alex Pereira or?
Joe Rogan. He might. Who knows what he might do.
In other news, Machine Gun Kelly unleashed a rant targeting Conor McGregor following his loss at UFC 329. The long-standing feud between the two began at a 2021 VMA ceremony. McGregor later claimed MGK attempted to kick him while he was recovering from a leg break, sparking their scuffle.
That's what happened to me and this Machine Gun Kelly guy that time. Not to say they're even the same, but just as a comparison. And then he says, we don't f with you. He says, you don't f with me. He had to have been ringside at the fight 2 days ago. And he's lucky he didn't get his face broke badly there. You don't, if you're ringside and you're afforded that. Oh.
Following Conor McGregor's defeat, MGK took to social media to post a video where he had some strong words for the Irish fighter.
Where I did a post yesterday, and I should probably apologize for absolutely nothing, homie. F this dude. That's how beef works. We don't like each other. Everyone's saying, oh, you commented on his age. He's only 1 year older than you about his knees. Hey, guess what? We don't age the same. My knees are awesome. Oh, you wouldn't say it to his face? I already did. That's why a picture exists of this little leprechaun punching up and missing me and me not flinching. Where the f is the rest of the footage where we tossed this little guy like a piece of dirty drawers across the red carpet? That's why all the footage starts with him far away. Buddy, you look like a drunk, ugly extra in a Sherlock Holmes movie. What in the 1934 am I looking at? Fix your face. Holy sh**. Oh, that's me. Why are you kicking him while he's down? Dude, f this guy when he's down, up, sideways, asleep, while I'm peeing. Sorry. What in the f Liddell happened to the landing strip on your head? Worst 10 seconds I've ever seen. Thank you for the walkout being longer than the fight. Who wasted everyone's time is pissed.
Justin Gaethje's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, recently hinted at the champ's next opponent on X, stating, "The champ's next fight will be against someone he's never fought before. I'm really excited for this matchup." Given the current rankings, this strongly suggests Gaethje will face Arman Tsarukyan. Tsarukyan is ranked number 2, and the two have never met. Gaethje has already battled number 1 ranked Ilia Topuria, number 3 Charles Oliveira, and number 4 Max Holloway, making Tsarukyan the logical choice. Demetrious Johnson, Conor McGregor, and Max Holloway just had the easiest payday of their lives.
About to watch Conor McGregor take on Max Holloway. UFC 329. Let's get into it. I got Max Holloway beating the bricks off him. Here we go, round 1. Ooh. Did you hear this angle already?
Max ain't playing.
Candace.
This shit's.
What's going on?
Well, boys, it is what it is. I bet you when he ran into that kick, he probably broke his shit. Well, those guys just made the easiest paycheck of their lives.
Max Holloway down for a rematch with Justin Gaethje.
What would be your mindset going into a rematch with Justin? Because obviously a moment that can't really be topped. I know you said you want to chase that 300 moment every time in there. Like, how would you go in there approaching a rematch?
I go out there, do the same damn thing. I just think go out there and just put on a masterpiece. That's what I want to do. You know, I know he's gonna come in there and try and make the fight ugly, and I wanna go in there and make the fight nice and come out clean. But every time someone fight him, they look like they just got out of a car crash. So that's the task at hand. It's just going out there and get my hand raised again. You know, I would love to share octagon with him. I know he said he mentally wasn't there in the first one, so I would love to run down back too.
King Green and Terrance McKinney catch up after their UFC 329 fight.
I was dying, bro. I couldn't even fucking move. What the fuck that nigga doing down there? I was 184 on Monday. I heard you say it in the interview. Yeah. I had on Wednesday. I'm like, fuck. Heavy? Yeah. It was terrible. I was dying. What you be doing for your diet? He would have a good diet, bro. He's like 204 pounds. Yeah. Yeah. I'm losing 35. Barbecue.
Paddy Pimblett says he was ready to retire from MMA had he lost to BSD at UFC 329.
It wasn't like this fight camp wasn't easy. You know what I mean? Getting to this point wasn't easy. About 5 weeks ago, I was saying to Paul and was like, listen, if I don't win this fight, what's the point in fighting anymore? I might as well retire. If I can't beat BSD, then what's the point in fighting? If I can't beat BSD, I'm never going to be a world champion, and that's what I do this for. Yeah. I do this to be the best in the world. So if I can't beat him, what? And then 2 days later, Justin Gaethje beats Ilia Topuria, and it was one of the biggest kicks up the arse I've ever had in my life. It set a fire underneath me, and the last couple of weeks of this training camp have been unbelievable, and I'm ready to kill anyone, put anyone in front of me, and I'll kill them. Like, I literally could have killed Benoit Saint Denis then. I had to say to Mark, lad, he's out. He's unconscious.
You said that in the post-fight interview.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's watch. I go, watch. And we could see you say, he's out.
Yeah.
He's
out.
I
felt he was flat. He wasn't responsive. He wasn't trying to. I think as soon as he rolled and like tried to fight it, that took his last gasps out of him, and that was it. That's just how tight my squeeze is. Bitches go sleep.
Conor McGregor dismissed rumors that he was already injured before facing Max Holloway. Robert Whittaker, pleased with his UFC 229 performance, still sees room for improvement. Sunday evening, he posted a social media video reflecting on his first light heavyweight win, thanking his fans and team.
What's up, guys? This is just a thank you post to everyone and everything that went into making last night as successful as it was. The video's late because I was up late with everybody else. Yeah, thank you to Nikita for coming in there and testing himself against me. Hope he has a swift recovery. Thank you to my teams, all the teams and friends and family that behind the scenes make everything fly. I felt good at light heavyweight. Is there things I can change and work on? 100%. But it's better to be able to work on those after a win, trust me. I have some big things that I'm announcing in a couple of weeks. I'm going to take some time off and work on some side hustles. So stay tuned for those in the coming weeks. Otherwise, keep it cool, guys.
UFC welterweight contender Carlos Prates had harsh words for Conor McGregor following his loss to Max Holloway at UFC 329. Prates, who was once rumored to be a potential opponent for McGregor, took to social media to send a message, saying, "If I fight against you, I would hurt you bad. Bro, now it's time of new generation." In contrast, Islam Makhachev's coach, Javier Mendez, showed respect for McGregor, praising him as a great warrior for returning to MMA after a 5-year layoff. Mendez admitted he doesn't always see eye to eye with McGregor, but genuinely feels sorry for him after his difficult defeat, showcasing a sense of empathy for the former two-division champion.
To me, it's like to have a warrior like him train as hard as he did after a 5-year layoff and come back, and to have something like that happen, your heart has to go out to the guy. Look, I may not like him as a person at times, but I have to respect what a great warrior he is. And to see him go out that way is not the way I would want anyone to go out. You'd want them to go out with, doing what they came out there to do, perform. Either the other man was the better man or you were the better man, but he beat himself on that one. And that's the one that I feel for him, because that's not something that I would want for anybody, and he deserved to either become victorious or lose to Max, but that's the way it needed to go. But, you got to give all the credit due to Max willing to step aside and go, look, man, the guy's injured, pay attention to his injury. I don't want, he could have easily capitalized on that. He didn't. So to do that, what Max did, you got to give your hats off to that guy. What a warrior he was, by acknowledging that he wants a fair fight and he knows it wasn't a fair fight. So I respect.
Benoit Saint Denis has addressed his quick loss to Paddy Pimblett. In the UFC 329 co-main event, Saint Denis was submitted by Pimblett in just 52 seconds, a result surprising many. 24 hours post-fight, Saint Denis released this social media statement. "Thank you for your support. Sorry to have disappointed you. I'm learning from pain, but I'm learning. I'll come back stronger." Congratulations to Paddy for his performance. I'm convinced that our paths will cross again one day. See you soon. Bobby Green and Terrance McKinney quickly reconciled following their UFC 329 bout. Pre-fight, Green voiced displeasure over McKinney accepting the fight, citing their friendship. At UFC 329, Green mounted a significant first-round comeback knockout victory. Hours later, Green shared a video of the two celebrating together.
You know what I mean? Y'all know where we at. You know what I'm saying? Some real shit. Yes, you know what I mean? This is Big Bro. This is the dog. That shit was fun as hell. Yeah, that. Y'all tune in for our next one, baby. We coming. Yeah, that. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Happy birthday, my little brother. Happy birthday. Hey, I love my brother. Happy birthday to my wife. I was just chilling. I didn't want to waste no energy. Not waste energy mean you tired. Yeah. I knew the fight didn't really start till we got back to our feet again. Yeah. That's when the fight actually started. Now I'm figuring everything about you. You didn't trick me down. You didn't help me, beat me up. But I was trying to say, if I don't get past them 3 minutes with you, you know what I mean? I know if I don't get out the 3 minutes, you know? On my mom, I'm like, God, please stop this. I'm sitting there waiting though. Around here waiting. You feel me? I gotta play this another mother round. Because I was gonna let you get on top of me. I was gonna like, all right, let's get to the next round. I was like, I did. So I was like, these guys gotta make these count. I was like, and then you stopped my when I was trying to beat.
Dana White praised Gable Steveson after his successful UFC debut Saturday night. The Olympic gold medalist stopped Elijah Ellison in the first round at UFC 329, establishing himself as a serious heavyweight threat. At the post-fight press conference, White lauded Steveson's striking and willingness to stand and fight, not merely rely on his elite wrestling background.
Storylines heading into this fight, including Gable Steveson making his UFC debut. He's been a highly touted prospect, Olympic gold medalist, and he went out there and just had a rumble with Elijah Ellison. Want to get your thoughts on his performance and just that fight in general?
It was incredible. So normally what happens is, and especially for as long as I've been in this business, you sign a big, badass, high-level wrestler like that, they come in and stink the place up and, lay on the ground for. That dude did the exact opposite. He looked like a mixed martial artist. He didn't look like a wrestler to me. And he's fun, throwing kicks, punches, willing to stand in the pocket and bang. A lot of wrestlers don't like to get punched in the face either. So, he's fun. It's going to be.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest MMA news and UFC updates. We upload new videos every single day. Bye.